Our personalities, the way we are right now, our issues, our thoughts, the way we think, the way we perceive things, everything comes from our parents and our childhoods.
No, a big part of it,
It's true. We are conditioned and programmed by our parents.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Weekly Break, a place where me and my friend Yassine talk about business, entrepreneurship, and basically our lives. So you're welcome to take your weekly break with us. Hope you have a nice time watching the video. Let's get right into it.
So how you been doing, Yassine? How's been your week?
My week's been good, bro. We're gonna get right into it, but since I'm always the one starting off, why don't you do the honor this time?
All right. So I've had, let's say, a pretty difficult week.
Why?
It's been, it's kind of out of the usual. I think it's been exactly a month that I've been working, and basically going to work every day kind of got exhausting at some point. I'm working very early shifts, so that means that by the end of the day I'm usually exhausted. So like by 4 p.m. finish work, get back home. I need to focus on working on my editing, working on my UGC, but I usually just am too tired to really actually focus on any of it. It kind of gets tiring, you know.
Yeah, no, I get you, bro. But you've been doing this for a while right now.
Yeah.
And maybe it's hard, but I think you're doing all of this because you want to build the discipline and get the work in, right?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think having a job really helps me. It kind of always reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm working on these businesses, why I'm trying to figure it out on my own instead of literally just like talking about like going to work, making the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It kind of convinces me that there's no way that I'm going to be working a 9 to 5.
Really?
Really. Because it's like the way you're being treated at work is sometimes like so inhumane by the way that your managers treat you, the way they talk to you, the way they tell you things, the way they ask you to do like all of the dirty stuff, sometimes you feel like you're worth more than they're actually pretending that, they try and make you feel like you're worth not enough. They try to make you feel like you're a person that's less important than them, that carries less authority than them, which is kind of true maybe at work. But it's always hard to be surrounded by people that always treat you in a condescending way, and that try and always put you down and ask you to do all the difficult jobs that are push you to do things that are physically tiring and that don't help.
Don't help you, right?
Yeah.
So now you know for sure you're gonna be an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
It's in the genes, bro.
that's for sure, bro. That's for sure.
Okay.
How's your week been going?
That was my week. Now we're turning to me. Okay, I see how it is. No, my week, bro, it's been like, you know how it's a challenging up and down cycle?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out the schedule, bro.
He's been on this for the past 2 months. I'm trying to figure out the schedule.
No, but this week I'm doing something about it. Like I'm getting on a call with Coach Red,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell him about my ideas, the realistic stuff, my shortcomings, so we can make it work for copywriting, for fitness. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you this, but I want to start getting into mobility and cardio, intense cardio.
Okay.
Because I know it's super important for you when you're gonna be an old grandpa. But
That's true.
For now, we're gonna hold that thought.
I'll come back to something really quickly.
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, Coach Red is someone that we've been working with for the past year, right? He's an entrepreneur, he's a coach. He's trying to build a business in order to help other people with different issues.
Yeah.
And we've recently started to take our distances because we're starting to work on the podcast. So we're less working for him, but still giving him ideas and helping him out.
Yeah. He's like a friend.
Exactly,
He's like
he's a friend.
to us, honestly.
Great friend.
And he's always open to help. So, not just us, but for anyone watching, he will be here to help you.
Exactly. Back to what you were saying.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about mobility and cardio.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's another thought. But what I was gonna say is I came back to the content because I needed it.
Yeah.
And I had been waiting to do this sort of perfect content style, but I couldn't get myself to do it, so I would just hold it for 2 weeks, and never get back.
Yeah.
But I realized that I gotta get back, because to build something that lasts, you gotta show up.
True. I agree. um,
Take your time, take your time. It's okay, bro.
we'll cut that part. It doesn't matter. All right. What else? If I go back to my week,
Yeah.
I've learned about something that's pretty deep. So we're getting to the deep convos.
Oh, we're getting
I've
there.
learned something amazing about forgiveness this week.
Oh, yeah.
So, as you know, I'm super close to God. I'm a really good Christian. I hope I am. And this week, I've had one of the closest people that I know that did some really, if I may, fucked up things to me.
Yeah, sure.
I don't usually use swear words, but when it comes to like
Hey,
how
bro.
I feel, like I need to use it that way.
You gotta be authentic, bro.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Exactly. So something kind of that hurt me a lot, you know, like they say the closest people to you usually are the ones that can have the biggest impact on you.
Yeah.
So and we were on the phone and they told me the news, and I've never felt so angry in my life. And it came for like a split second where I was like literally like I was genuinely angry. I don't usually get angry, but I was angry. And then it was gone. Like not like I got the news, I was angry, 2 seconds later it was literally gone.
Wow.
And I was kind of shocked to myself because I just got the worst news that I could possibly hear. And the first thing that I did was like, you know what, it's okay. I was affected maybe a lot emotionally, but I literally told that person, I forgive you. After 2 minutes, after receiving one of the worst news that I possibly could have received.
And that felt better than being angry, didn't it? Maybe not in
I
the
think-
moment, but
I think I think especially in the moment,
Yeah.
the way that I was able to forgive someone that hurt me a few seconds ago and didn't get angry, didn't shout, didn't lash out on my emotions, you know, just stayed in peace and didn't say anything wrong.
yeah.
Forgave that person, comforted that person, and I was like, that's all thanks to God. And it's kind of shocking because the day before going to bed, I pray, and I was praying that God would help me to become a better person, that God would help me forgive others, to help me become stronger as a person, to become stronger as an individual.
Yeah.
And the only way where you can become stronger is by going through hard times, you know. And yeah, it really shocked me. And I think the days after, when I started thinking about how could I forgive someone for this, you know. And you know, when you start overthinking at work, I just overthink because it's a lot of physical stuff, so I don't usually have to use my mind. But I started overthinking it. I was like, how could I forgive someone that quickly? How could I not like tell that person like what you did is wrong and I hate you and I can't stand what you did to me? How could I just put all of those feelings aside and say I forgive you? You know, it's not normal. It's not something that I usually would have done.
Well, first time for everything, and that's your new normal now, bro. No, seriously.
That's true, yeah.
No, but like I had a similar situation. I don't know what that person did to you, but I had a friend once, close friend of mine now, but back then he did something not cool, and the funny thing is that happened to him after years later,
Yeah.
and I saw him on his own, and I was like remembering that pain that I had been through when he did it to me. I was like, I'm not gonna let him on his own. I'm gonna give him a chance, and I forgive him. But I won't come and be like, oh, because I'm this good person. No, I think God played a big role in the
course.
fact that I forgave him, and I'm glad I did, because that not only made us become close friends again, but it changed him. And the person that hurt him, he forgave them.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know you hurt me, you messed me up, but I forgive you. We can't be friends again, but I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah.
And you know what Ted Lasso said? When you forgive others, you give that to yourself.
True.
Like, if we're even talking about it, we can talk about the Flash. Like, so many times he got beat up, bro, by people he trusted. He still forgave them and saw the best in them.
Yeah.
Now, there's a difference between being naive and forgiving, but
It's like people say, forgive but not forget.
yeah, exactly.
It's, I forgive you for what you've done, I forgive you, but I won't forget what you did to me. Not in a
We
kind
can
of,
never be friends again.
yeah,
Maybe
no,
you can,
it's,
but
of course.
yeah.
But I feel like it's not in a, I'm holding a grudge kind of way,
yeah,
but more of, I'll be
careful.
exactly. I'll be
Yeah.
careful next time. Like
learn
I won't forget that you hurt me in that situation. So next time when we'll be in that situation again, I'll be careful.
And see how you react.
Exactly. I wouldn't want to just get hurt again. You know.
Yeah.
Up to the next subject. I've been struggling with sleep a lot. Like these past couple of days.
Oh, dog. No, bro.
Yeah, it's for the weekend, bro. It's hard. Like after when you're when you're so tired that you want to sleep, but you're so tired that you can't sleep.
Because you're overthinking.
I don't know if it's overthinking. It's just that I'm so physically tired that I can't get to sleep.
Okay, I gotta be honest. Can't relate to that.
I don't know. It's been happening to me because, especially after the days where I go to work and then go to the gym, I go back home, bro. I can't. Like my body is, it's barely holding itself up.
Maybe I actually might have an idea. Do you try when you go to the gym? Usually, what time?
I go to the gym at about like 4 usually.
And when you sleep at 9. When do you finish the workout?
I finish work at 3.
No, workout.
Oh, workout. If I start at 4, I usually finish like an hour and a half, 2 hours later.
Okay, so that would be 6.
Yeah.
And you go to bed at which time?
I try to go to bed at 8, but I'm usually in bed by 9:30, 9.
Nah, because you know what they say, when you work out 2 hours before bed, it affects your sleep.
True.
That is true.
Yeah.
No, I honestly can't relate to that. You might have to check it out.
I've heard some people that talked about it that were like, yeah, if your body is like exhausted, it's hard for you to sleep.
Nothing comes to your mind, no thoughts.
No.
Damn.
Like, of course, yes, I'm thinking like, oh, why am I not sleeping? I should be sleeping, and then the thought process of like,
Yeah, but that's the worst way to sleep.
Yeah,
to not
true,
sleep.
true.
I should be sleeping.
but when you're laying in bed for 15 minutes and you're like, oh, but bro, it's been 15 minutes, I should be asleep.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I want.
You're crazy.
Sorry, bro. No. But what you could do that could help. You killed me, bro, with that. Okay. No. But what you could do for sleep that could help, and I once saw a video about that. Ali Abdel, he was
Yeah.
like, literally just staying there in bed is not gonna help you.
True.
Doing anything will help you. I'm not telling you, okay, maybe I am telling you, but if you can't sleep, maybe it's better to get up and, I don't know, pray, read a book, do something. But don't open your phone or scroll on TikTok, that's not gonna help.
True.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
One of the things that we always say, my dad always used to tell me that when I was a kid, is that praying makes you sleep faster. And he always told me that little funny story behind. He's like, look, the devil doesn't want you to pray. So if you start praying, he's gonna be like, I'll make you fall asleep so that you stop praying.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny. It kind of always reminds me of that. And it usually works, because you're thinking about all of this stuff, you're talking to God, and at some point you're like, bro, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah, I know. But what I find personally, because before going to bed, I don't read, but I do say some citations from the surahs I know of the Quran.
Yeah.
And they help me a lot because you can't at the same time think and focus on the citation.
True.
As soon as I stop, then I start thinking, and when I start thinking, that's a whole other day that I'm gonna be up for.
Yeah. That's the worst part, bro. The worst thing is that you think you're actually doing some good stuff, before going to bed. You're like, oh, I've got these amazing thoughts. This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and
But then,
the crazy part, bro, is some of the best ideas or thoughts, they come when I'm in
Exactly.
bed. And I
Yeah.
actually know why, because I was listening to this podcast or video, I don't remember who was saying it.
Yeah.
Real loose. He was saying, he was saying like, you know, that the reason we have this is because we never take time to think. Like we're always doing stuff or we're always watching stuff that our brain never has this time to just chill. Just
I see,
think,
yeah.
just be alone. And that's why maybe if you ever go on walks alone, you might have these crazy thoughts. If you're ever in the car, you might have these crazy thoughts. And
I've noticed that ever since I've started working,
yeah,
I think I've been literally overthinking, because I don't have to. So I work in a hotel, right, from 5:30 to 3.
yeah,
I a lot of the times I have to pick up some plates, clean some tables, you know, put in. Anyways, a lot of things, but they're all physical things. They don't take any mental effort. Like I don't have to think about it. I have to carry tables. You know, I don't have to think about how do I carry the table. It's not
yeah,
useful.
yeah.
So I can think about a lot of things. I can think like when I'm carrying that table from point A to point B, I have the time to think about I don't know, my day, about yesterday, about the people I care about. And it's like, oh, I'm always thinking when I'm at work. So it's basically like when I come home, I just mentally I'm exhausted because I've been literally like thinking the whole day, thinking about brand new ideas for the business, thinking about how we can make the podcast better, maybe stressing out a little bit about it, being like, how will it happen? Will it be good? And at the same time, I don't know. It's like I've been thinking too much. Like what is supposed to be the good balance of thinking? Like what is thinking enough and not thinking enough? What is thinking too much?
Oh, you're gonna get us there, bro? You're gonna take us there,
We need to
bro?
bring a philosophy teacher into
Oh
that.
my God. Before we go there, I want to make sure you're done with all this because I don't even know where to get started there.
I got you. I'm done.
You done?
Yeah.
Oh my God, no. This spot, bro. Okay. I don't know what is the right balance of thinking,
Okay.
but I believe that when you overthink, it's basically when you think about the same thing over and over and over again,
Yeah.
especially when you found a solution for it. So
True.
let's say you tell me, yo, bro, you know, for the podcast, oh yeah, I got a perfect example. Friend tries to give me advice. I don't agree with advice. I call I'm like, what do you think of this advice? You're like, I think X, Y, and Z. And you're like, what do you think, Kesson? I'm like, I think X, Y, and Z. And then you think I'd stop, but after I've gotten the answer, no, I ask another person, and then another person, and then in the end I arrive to X, Y, and Z. That's overthinking.
Yeah.
But
True.
yeah, the right balance, man, that is hard. So psychologists and guys that look in the mind, they're gonna have to tell us.
We gotta get someone like that on the podcast, bro. An extra person.
Hey, maybe we can get Red.
We could.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. Good idea.
He probably would be able to tell you that one.
We bring him to Switzerland.
Yeah, we fly him to a plane.
How long is it to go to Texas? Like 13 hours?
I don't even know, bro.
Oh, it's crazy.
But
Have you been following the new TikTok trends?
which ones?
Subway girl?
Oh, that one. I saw.
It's crazy.
Oh, bro. Where do we even start with this? I mean, go ahead. You brought the idea up.
Okay, Subway girl. So it's a TikTok with a special music that people just like. They use the 0.5 function on their iPhones or Samsungs, and they basically just film themselves doing the dance exactly, the little dance in the train while everyone looks at them.
Yeah.
I think personally, okay, usually I'm not a fan of these things, but I think that it trains your confidence, bro. If you have the confidence to do something like that in the train or in the subway or wherever you are, that requires a lot of confidence, bro.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
It's crazy. Imagine doing that. We should do it.
Bro, I've already done my crazy stuff on the subway. You know the story of the wig, right?
The what?
The wig.
Oh,
Did I not tell you that?
no,
one?
I remember. Just say it again for the camera.
Yeah, so I wanted to prove to myself that I had the confidence. And so I was chilling with one of my friends from school. We were about to miss the tram, and he was like, come on, we're gonna take it. I was like, wait a second. And then I took the wig out, and he was like, oh no. And I put it on my head. And then we went inside the tram, and I could see that he was embarrassed, so I put on the hoodie, but
Okay,
it
yeah.
looked weird. So everyone in the tram was laughing, and he was dying as well. And I was super happy because I managed to make my friend laugh. Then we went to the cinema. I don't remember. Oh yeah, John Wick.
John.
John Wick.
That's ironic.
And my friend was walking in, our other friend, and he saw me and he was like, he tried to get away, but I didn't.
Which wig was it? Was it the blonde one?
The black one that looks like Kakashi.
Okay, yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy, bro. He's always crazy. But it's a good thing that boosts your confidence.
Hey,
You know?
but I didn't get judged though, so it's
True, but I think things like these are the most. They're like the biggest things that
we're
affect
literally
you.
filming a podcast in a restaurant.
Exactly. No, like to be honest, I thought that more people would be watching us.
Yeah.
But from what I've been looking at, nobody cares.
We can talk about that though. So
Yeah.
many times we think we're the center of the universe, we're the main character.
True.
It turns out in everybody else's story we're an NPC.
We are, bro. No, genuinely, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody thinks about you as much as you think about that in bed tomorrow.
Thank you. I just won't sleep again. I gotta wake up early as well tomorrow, bro.
No, but on a serious
No,
note.
but I genuinely was scared because I thought that everyone around us would just start looking at us, I don't know, maybe judging us, telling us, oh, you can't do that here, you can't film here, it's not okay to do that. Or just judge us in general, you
throw
know,
some
people.
tomato at us.
Yeah. No, nothing happens. There's literally kids, they pass by, they just look at us, they're like, these guys must be crazy. Adults, they don't even pay attention to us, they're literally just like sitting down and watching their phones or talking with each other, so they don't have that to do.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's kind of hard imagining that there's people like right behind that camera that see us.
Yeah, I don't imagine it at all. I'm like with
Or
my
like on the
bro here
podcast.
chilling.
Exactly. It's like, or even like the people listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't feel like people are listening, bro. I just feel like we're talking
you're
like
gonna
we
feel,
randomly
you're gonna
were
feel
before.
when the video's gonna be up and they're gonna start insulting us. Okay.
All the comments, bro. I remember on my first YouTube video that don't laugh, bro, don't laugh. It was how many years ago was it? I think we were like
2016, 17.
we were like 12, 13, something like that.
Yeah.
And I posted my first YouTube video that I did. I remember I was coming back from church with my friends, and we sat down and we filmed that video. I filmed it. They were just watching.
Yeah.
I posted it. I shared it with all the friends, all the people from school.
Oh my god.
The comments, bro. To be honest, I had some amazing comments. So I had some really good stuff. Like some people were like, "Oh, it's a great video," you know, like my
Yeah.
mom, my dad, and
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
maybe a few of my friends. And then you had all the rest of the school that were just saying some bullshit in the comments, man.
Oh, you're telling about like helping others without coming at the expense of your own self.
Exactly.
Does that have to do with what I told you about the hero complex?
Probably yes.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
All right. So what I was gonna say is that I think it took me years, and I think maybe even to this day it takes some time. It takes. I can't concentrate with that. bro.
Sorry.
Okay, let's go back. Okay. So what I was gonna say is that I think that to some extent, even until now, I'm still learning about how to help others without like burdening myself with the work of helping them. But I think it's something that's difficult to do sometimes because we always hear that you always have to help others. Helping others is the best thing, you know. Put yourself on the line in order to help others. It's a lot of things like that are written, for example, in the Bible or in the Quran. It's like help others, right?
Yeah.
But it's sometimes hard to just find the balance. I don't know what you think about that.
That's something I struggle with, I won't lie. I was talking with Coach Red about it,
Yeah.
And I was telling him how, like, at one point he made me, told me get the anger out. And I was like, I'm angry at myself for not being able to help you do this.
Yeah.
I'm angry at myself for not being able to help my mother, my uncle, etc. And the thing is, it's very hard, like you said, but I think it always comes back. You heard it before, to childhood.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, there's probably something that happened that led to this.
Probably, yeah.
And you gotta find what it, if it bothers you, you gotta, which it probably would if it's too much, you gotta go there and find what that is and try to deal with it. Now, helping others is good, but usually when you know, it hurts you a bit, or it buries you, or you feel like you're not doing enough, a bit like Barry,
Yeah.
in a way, it becomes a bit of a hero complex, and it means that maybe you're expecting something
Yeah.
a bit out of it.
So how about you explain what the hero complex is about?
The hero complex is when you think you're the savior or the hero of in someone else's story.
Yeah.
You're the one who's gonna save this friend from this problem. You're the one who's responsible for this problem. You feel like everything that happened to other people's life bad is your fault.
I think it's also to some extent,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have it without knowing it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the narcissistic way of helping others. It's you're thinking about yourself when you're helping others because you want others to come back to you, to say thank you to you, to be there for you after it. And it's less about helping others and not expecting anything back.
I think that's true, but there's also part of it, kind of, with kindness. When you
Yeah.
try to do kind things, not because you expect people to view you as kind, but because you don't view yourself as kind,
Yeah.
and you try to prove it.
You
to
try
yourself.
to make yourself feel better
Yeah,
by helping others.
You try to prove it to yourself because you think you're a bad person or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't have a solution for that.
Neither
Because
do
it's
I. I
something
think
I'm dealing with right now as well, to a certain extent. But I have realized that stepping away a bit, and even the problem with the hero complex when you're trying to push your friends is
Yeah.
that you blame yourself when they don't move forward.
True.
They don't take action. But you can't guarantee that. You're kind of like a guide. You're kind of like someone who shows by example, and you might occasionally tell them indirectly. You're not going to go and be like the Andrew Tate way, you're a fatty.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You can't. Humans are resistant to that.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
And always go back to the childhood part and think where it comes
So
from.
many, I think the way we are right now, our issues, our thoughts, the way we think, the way we perceive things, everything comes from our parents and our childhoods.
Yeah. No, a big part of it,
It's true. We are conditioned and programmed by our parents.
Yeah.
I think, yes, of course, each one of us have different personalities,
Yeah.
and no matter the way our parents would have treated us, maybe our like the core things of our personality would always be here.
Yeah.
But let's say a certain event, if it didn't happen when I was a kid, maybe I wouldn't be so helping today. Maybe I wouldn't want to help people as much as I want to.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if I was a kid and I didn't get bullied, for example, I wouldn't have wanted to help to create content for others, to help others be entertained. You know.
Yeah. I'm curious about something. What's one time where, because I never thought you had that, but what's one time where you noticed like the hero complex or the wanting to helping others was actually hurting you? What's one case of that?
I wouldn't consider it a hero complex.
Okay.
I never wanted to help others for my own benefit. I didn't want to do it because it does feel good, you know, when you help someone in need. But I don't usually do it for myself. I don't do it so that I feel good.
Yeah.
But I do it more so that I don't know. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. I don't have a reason to do it. Like I don't have an ulterior motive. I just know that if I were in their shoes,
Yeah.
I would have wanted somebody to help me, and that's it. I'm able to connect. I feel like I'm the kind of person that's able to connect so well emotionally with other people, whether I know them or not, after a simple conversation, that it hurts me to see them that way. It's like when I was in that situation, when I was feeling bad, and when I needed someone to help me and nobody helped me, I felt so bad that I don't want anyone else to feel that. And so if I'm able to make them feel good and it takes away from my energy, my time, or I don't know, something that I was prioritizing, it doesn't matter because I helped someone, you know? Like my priority in life is helping others. So if tomorrow I'm at work and you call me and you're like, bro, I don't feel well at all, there's nobody at home, I need to get to the hospital. Okay, you live right next to it, all right? But
Thanks for telling everyone where I live.
okay, they don't know. There's a lot of hospitals. Like I would leave my work, probably maybe get fired because of how crazy they are and help you because I don't care. You know, you're one of my best friends. Okay, let's say another person that sorry for cutting you.
No.
Another person that I don't really know, they send me a message like I need your help right now. I will leave my stuff and go help them.
You never knew them.
I don't know where it comes from.
You never knew them. You do that.
If I never knew them, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be able to do that just because I have some. I don't think it's bad to have some trust sensitives.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able if someone just called me, I don't know them, be like, hey, I need your help, I'm hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's a difference. Okay, if I never talk to the person in my life.
Okay, so
Okay.
you don't know them at all. Yeah.
Okay, it depends. It depends. If a random guy calls me and he's like, "Bro, I need your help," I don't even know the guy. I probably wouldn't. Okay, because I don't know him.
Yeah.
But if I get like for example, if someone's listening to the podcast right now and he sends me a message on, and he sends me a message on Instagram, for example, and he needs help with I don't know, editing a video,
Yeah, that.
I'll help him.
Yeah,
okay.
that okay, yeah.
Okay, he needs help. He feels bad. He needs someone to talk to.
Yeah, that
I'll talk
okay,
to him.
So
Okay, fly out to Bulgaria and go help him.
I wouldn't do that.
It's out of my way.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, if I see someone in the road not feeling well, sitting down on the corner side of the road, maybe looks a little bit suspicious, but not really, I'll help him. I'll see what he needs.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was at the gym. I was sitting down. There was that guy that was kind of scary. Actually, it was 2 days ago, and so I'm doing my workout. I feel like I'm not doing it well, so I feel like people are watching me, even though nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'm kind of frustrated, and I see a guy like at the corner of the gym, so kind of far away from me, struggling to lift the bar. You know, like he's doing the what you call that again?
Bench press.
Exactly. He's doing the bench press. I see him struggling, but he's still able to do it. So I'm like, I think he'll be okay. And as soon as I've seen him like kind of start failing, bro, I sprinted to the next half of the gym and helped him.
Yeah. No, that.
You know?
Yeah, that's an example where I would agree. Yes.
You know, it's not that hard to help strangers.
Yeah.
It depends. It goes to some extent, of course.
Yeah. I'm curious about something. So, you want to stick to this path, or could we want to move on? I was
No.
thinking about something about empathy.
If you want to move on, let's go.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to empathy, bro, I haven't always been good at it actually. Like, the thing with empathy for me is, and I feel some of my friends actually told me they struggle with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just my impression, but I feel like I had to develop it in a way. I only knew how to be empathetic when I literally watching Darman videos made me more empathetic as a person.
Darman, bro.
I'm not even kidding. Watching The Flash made me more empathetic to a certain extent, reading comments. But it also just, sometimes I screwed up. I hurt a person, a family member, and they told me that hurt. And that made me understand that hurts and become empathetic.
Yeah.
Now, maybe empathy is developed, but I'm curious, did you ever have that? Or were you kind of, because I feel like you're someone who's very empathetic, but I don't know if it was in you or you developed it. Yeah.
I never had a hard time. I never had a hard time helping people.
But being in their shoes.
I was always able to help people without. I can't remember a point in my life where I was like, oh, I need to help people. I was always able to put myself in other people's shoes and feel the empathy towards others. I remember in primary school I was like that. You know, my earliest memories
Yeah,
of,
no.
of primary school, I was already helping others and trying to make a lot of friends because it made me happy.
That's true. There was once a girl who would bully you, and I saw you come up to her when she was sad, and you're like, "You okay?"
Yeah, it's not to boast about myself, you know.
No, it's not to boast.
It's really I don't know. I don't know where it comes from.
That's good. I mean,
I thank God, you know.
yeah.
Um,
But I mentioned that because some of my friends think that it's hard to become empathetic, but
Yeah.
I think it can be developed.
of course, I think everyone has some type of empathy in them.
Yeah.
You know, you'll see it in so many TV shows, series, whatever, in superhero movies, where the superhero or the main character talks to the villain and he's able to change his feelings.
Yeah.
You know, even the worst people, you know, they have some feelings, they have some emotions. They I think if they trained on the emotions that they have, they would want to help people as well. You know,
Yeah.
there are some exceptions, of course. I think to
Psychopath and sociopath.
something like that, yeah. But genuinely, yeah, it's it's I can't find the word. I can't find the word.
Oh man.
I think everyone has feelings and everyone's able to connect with other people.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you a final thing. What do you think about what I sent you about the sage? That being sort of like a personality type of mine.
Okay, so Yassine sent me, I think, a few days ago. He sent me a personality test that he did, and he got what we call the sage. Sage.
This jester, hero, and sage.
Exactly. So, I found it interesting. I never heard about it before, but it's kind of, it's, I don't know. To some extent, I feel like it's.
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
I was gonna say, the sage. One of the things he has that I feel I have a bit, is that he changes a lot and evolves. That it's hard for him to relate to others, or to understand that they might take more time to change. And I feel that that's one of the biggest things I've had. Now, I noticed that I change a lot,
Yeah.
fast. And kind of some of my friends from school who also want to be successful,
Yeah.
sometimes they do some things or they have a mindset way of viewing things that I don't agree with. And I try to tell them about it, but they don't get it. And that upsets me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, maybe that's a bit of a hero complex where I want them to get it. But the sage part of like, I can't understand that they don't get it.
Yeah.
The other thing is they're also quite self-reflective. I feel like I'm quite self-reflective.
True.
And the final thing is that they like things to be a bit stable in relationship. And in their finances, they don't take a lot of risks.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one, but I feel like maybe there are some times where I could have taken more risks.
True.
Like copywriting, for example. I could
Yeah.
have started that earlier,
I agree.
but I didn't because I was overthinking it. Investing in the course of copywriting, I was scared, and I kind of wish I had.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's some truth to this. Now I don't have the solution, but next week I'll be on a call with Red, so maybe I might come here and tell you what's the way to fix
Yeah.
it. But these are some of the challenges, really understanding others when they're here and you're here.
True.
I struggle with it a lot.
Yeah.
And in fact, I tend to avoid them sometimes because I'm not able to accept reality.
Yeah. I don't think you're the only one with that issue, of course. But I feel like a lot of people have trouble accepting that people sometimes don't change. I think to some extent I do too. You know, a lot of times I'm sure that if I stay with that person every day and I help them every day and I do my best so that they feel better, one day they will be okay. They'll have a good mentality. Their thoughts will be correct. It's not true. If people don't want to change, they won't change. And that's for a fact, you know, no matter how hard you try and put in the work to make them feel better, no matter how hard you try to make them feel good about themselves, good about their bodies, good about their everything about them. Especially when it comes to depressed people, people with psychological issues. You know, when you try and help them face these problems,
Costs you yourself.
it does.
Yeah. No, I know this one.
It does. I never believed that, but it does. It's you try so hard for one single person. You put all your energy, you put all your time, you put in all your effort, whether it's your girlfriend, your friend, your brother, your whatever it is. I'm not telling you to give up, but I'm telling you, it's gonna cost you a lot. And you should know it from the start.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that if you want to get into a relationship with someone like that, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Right away, right off the bat.
No, that's
bad idea.
Terrible.
I've done it. Bad idea. It's not about the person, okay? It's about they have something that are affecting them, and that they have problems that they have to fix on themselves, like by themselves.
Yeah.
You are here to support them. You're here to help them, but you can't fix someone. It's not your job. You know.
You're not the hero.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
As long as you just do what you can do, and you do your best, you can't do anything more.
Yeah, and there's something dangerous with when you try to stick to it. I had a friend like that, and he blamed me in the end.
Yeah.
He blamed me, and I believed him. And the thing is, that could happen, so that doesn't help because then you start blaming yourself and you think you're not good enough,
Yeah.
etc. Very bad. You become negative as well. Or they don't say anything, but you see that they're not moving forward, and you start questioning yourself.
Yeah.
And that.
You know, when you put so much time and so much effort trying to help someone, and then you look at the final result after 6 months,
Yeah.
not 6 months. For me
A
it was
year, 2 years?
For me it was about, I can't remember how much, 4 months, something like that. And you look at the effort after it, and you just realize that all of the effort you put in, all of the time you spent on that person, and they just didn't appreciate it enough.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that.
Some
And I
friends-
was, it hurt, you know, that you put so much effort, but to some extent I was like, okay, like I knew from the start that I wanted to help either way. Whether they'd appreciate it or not, whether they'd accept it or not, I wanted to help.
Yeah, I guess there's something to be said here. Some things sometimes are worth quitting.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And this applies to business too. Sometimes you gotta learn when to quit either the strategy or what you're doing. If you don't like it anymore, gotta quit what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't like the strategy, you gotta quit it. And I didn't do that with my social media when I first started,
Yeah.
and I should have. Wasted 3 years. With the friend, wasted 2 years. But hey, you
It's not wasted. You learn everything from it.
lesson learned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have anything else to say, bro?
It's all good.
It's all good.
You?
So, I don't have anything else to say. So let's finish the story.
The story?
It's a catchphrase in wrestling.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. This was the weekly break
Yeah.
with Yassine and myself.
Yeah.
And
Mark.
thank you. And yeah, we'll catch you again next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.